Welcome to another episode, everyone. Detroit Goons are very perturbed with Ant Hefe. Yeah, this individual here from Detroit calls Ant Hefe out, tells him to keep Detroit out of his mouth. What are you doing on a jail recorded call referring to individuals in Detroit saying that they possibly had something to do with baby shooter situation? This individual here by the name of Dogface is very upset. He's here with Rockstar on Rockstar 2800 channel. Go check him out, Rockstar, and let's hear what he has to say to Ant Hefe. Let's just get right into it.
Situation, man. I mean, what the f is Ant Hefe? I need somebody to deliver this to Ant Hefe. Hey, Ant Hefe, what the what in the world? Hey, Ant Hefe, when you I watched you on No Jumper criticize people, specifically cats out of LA calling to up to No Jumper and jumping online, jumping on social media when you know you calling from a jail phone and everything is being recorded. I watched you criticize people like Brick Baby and I believe Loose Cannon for calling out here, talking about and giving names and putting together details. I'm what the and is you in there doing, man? Look, bro, G7 Grizzly Gang. We don't know nothing about. But that's listen. That's LA politics, brother. And y'all tell people to stay out of LA politic. Whatever happened to that brother in there, as unfortunate as it may be, that was LA. They ain't had nothing to do with no Detroit. So I don't even know where you. I get it because you heard people screaming Detroit in there, but man, that's LA politic, and we don't got nothing to do with that, bro. LA told us to stay out their business, so that's what we doing. But Hefe, you provide blow by blow insider information detail, talking about a bounty and collecting bounties. Bro, what are you trying to get? A big U? You trying to big U? No, and Hefe, you wrong as something. You wrong.
Ah, hey, say we trying to get a big you trying to get us a Rico? Ah, nasty work. Again, that's Dogface, apparently from Detroit. And apparently not happy with Ant Hefe's enterprise as of late. He's not finished. He's not finished at all. So, of course, for those who may not know, he's referring to the fact that young Ant Hefe, who has a YouTube channel, go check him out, young Ant Hefe, who is locked up in the Los Angeles County Jail, had made some content, made a video, if you will, via audio a couple of days or so ago and said something about an individual from LA Crip, a Crip gang in Los Angeles, baby shooter, that he was pulverized inside of a cell there in the Los Angeles County Jail. And he referenced the fact that some individuals from Detroit possibly had something to do. They could have put a bounty on him or something. These dudes could have been trying to make good on a bounty. So, and he mentioned an individual's name, who I won't mention here, that he said could have put the bounty on him or what have you. So this is Dogface again, and from Detroit, who's upset about that rhetoric from Ant Hefe, as we can hear, telling him, what are you doing? You criticized individuals before for calling in from inside of a jail cell or inside of a facility and discussing politics or discussing a case or whatever, and here you are mentioning names. This is what he is saying. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I need somebody to get a hold of Ant Hefe and tell him he need to retract that statement, bro, because it's different between you guessing, but you stating that like it's a matter of fact. That ain't no matter of fact, bro. We don't know.
Somebody get a hold of Ant Hefe, he said, and tell him to retract that statement. So in other words, take the video down. I don't know. Y'all leave a comment to Ant Hefe, let him know Dogface said take that down. Oh, man.
Nothing about that, bro. We hearing about it. Just like y'all heard about it, man. I heard about it from Rockstar. Rockstar always get the breaking news, bro. I heard about it from Smut Free TV. We don't know nothing about nothing, brother. And Hefe, you dead wrong, and you know you wrong.
Yeah, because so basically an Ant Hefe video, because for a lot of people don't know, like I don't know if people know, I know you know, but Ant Hefe is incarcerated right now. He's in the county jail. Now, he's given the best insight on this because he's in
Right.
jail because Shooter came to the same module where they're at. So I'm just catching them up to date, Dogface. I'm just saying. So Dogface is referring to the reaction video and Hefe just put out, basically saying like, he got tortured because it's a bounty, some sort of bounty that T Grizzly allegedly has a bounty, and these guys they feel like T Grizzly may honor that by them getting that shooter this way. I mean, to me that seems very far fetched. But we did hear say apologize to Detroit, to them Detroit or whatever, and shooter saying he ain't had nothing to do with nothing. But I mean, what do you really take from this video, Face? Like, what do like?
What I take from it, Rock, is that LA, and I'm gonna speak for LA, and I want LA to forgive me for even acting like I can speak for LA. But let me speak for LA. LA is tired of all the LA tired of all the false flagging. LA is tired, sick and tired. LA, Bompton, Watts, Long Beach. Everybody they tired of that. The whole Southern California is tired of that clown circus that's going on. Really coming out of no jumper for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? But just in general, they tired of running around acting like they represent just the. It's an embarrassment to everybody out there when you look at the behavior of Baby Shooter, when you look at all the fake shit, when you look at how he was propped up and used as a tool. LA sick and tired of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? LA is a proud everything. All Southern California is very prideful environment, bro. They sick of all them being used and being led by the nose to do and to embarrass the set. They sick of that, bro. And so, if I had to guess, if I was paid for my opinion, I would just simply say that he was around there who just disagreed with the way he was flowing and disagreed with how he was crimping.
Yeah.
That's why I had to assume that, bro. And they was just tired of that. That ain't real.
No, that wasn't it. Good assumption, though. That's why you got to be from LA to really understand what's going on and understand the politics to really speak on it. But that's not, I mean, I'm not going to get into it. That's not necessarily, certainly individuals are upset, though, in the City of Angels. They're not happy with some of No Jumper's escapades. Some of these episodes, had conversations with some solid and some real individuals from everywhere, and the conversation is ongoing about some of the stuff that is happening on YouTube with the beefs back and forth, and certain individuals on YouTube who they believe are making Los Angeles look bad. They do believe that these individuals must be stopped. Yeah, it's getting to that point because they don't want the city looking bad based on a few individuals. And there's a lot of talk these days about how soft LA is coming from individuals who are not from LA and individuals thinking that they can just get on the internet, the poetic Flacos of the world, and disrespect the city without consequence. There's a lot going on. There is. I haven't been speaking on some of this stuff. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on YouTube, but it's not just with black people on YouTube. It just seems that way. But again, if you go to the bigger creators on YouTube, the white individuals, they're beefing up there too. They're beefing way up there up top because everyone wants the number one spot. Everyone is exposing some. I've seen video after video of white people beefing with millions of subscribers, going after one another, exposing one another and all of this. They're doing the same thing. Trust me, it's crazy. We just don't know about it because we don't watch that content, or we don't know about that sort of content or whatever. But the ones who watch that sort of content, they know what's going on up there. They're beefing too, trying to take channels down and all that. They're doing the same thing. It's crazy. So it's just a competition thing. It's just a YouTube thing. I don't think it's exclusive to any particular culture. Some of the antics that we've seen of late on YouTube. Yeah, people are sick and tired of this nonsense. And Shooter was going around doing whatever he was doing on the internet. But I'm not so sure that that's why they got at him. But perhaps it had a little something to do with it.
Yeah. Okay, I can agree with that. But then, so I mean, do you accept the apology that they forced out of him?
I do accept the apology, even though it appears as if it was made out of, under duress. You know what I'm saying? But some yeah, you funny, bro. You funny. But yeah, but listen. Sometimes, listen. So there's an analogy that says that fire purifies iron. Fire purifies gold. So sometimes it's called dross. Dross is a substance that covers pure gold. You can't see it until you put fire to it. Then the fire burns all the impurities off of the gold. Baby Shooter may one day come out to be a shiny piece of gold, but he has to be purified first. All that whackism got to be
It's over.
burnt up off him, bro.
Too late.
In order for the true him to shine through. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I know, his history before he even got into
The true him did just shine through. At the end of the day, there is a lot of debate going on. I'm going to have to do another video on this, as a matter of fact. Let me just speak a little bit in my next video about this. Because there's a debate going on right now in the YouTube space, YouTube metaverse, the YouTube streets, and in the streets, if you will, about whether or not Baby Shooter did anything wrong. And that really depends on what actually happened. Because again, there are differing stories as to what happened. If what Baby Shooter says happened actually happened, then he did absolutely nothing wrong. Right? Which is why he would spin it that way and say the things that he said. Because then you're going to be deemed, according to the politics, as if you did nothing wrong. And you didn't. If it happens exactly verbatim the way that he said that it did. The operative word being if it happened in that manner. If it did not, if it happened the way Ant Hefe says that it happened, then that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna have to break that down for real. Someone's lying, something's going on. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this stuff because it's not making any sense. I don't understand this. I've never seen this happen like this in the county jail. I mean, I've seen many tortures, even been involved in a couple, unfortunately. I've never seen a non-response, particularly from a reputable individual. Something happens to a reputable individual from his hood. All bets are off. It's up. It's up. It is up. That's it. So the fact that it is not up, I'm not encouraging this or asking for this or wanting this. I'm just trying to understand this. That's all.
a devilish relationship with Whack 100. I heard that he was really a all right cat who was just known for taking care of his business, and I'm gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't flip flop, he was Pyru once upon a time, from what I'm hearing, and then he crossed over to start cripping. I mean, sometimes people go through transitions, but I have
Not those kind of transitions. We ain't talking about moving from an apartment to a house. The hell, that's a transition. From a Pyru to a crip, that's not necessarily that's not a transition. It happens though, of course. But is that what happened with Baby Shooter? That's what he talking about. Saying Baby Shooter was a Pyru? Hell, He know more about LA than I do. I ain't been keeping up with Baby Shooter. I didn't really know much about him till the other day. I didn't even know he had beef with Detroit. I heard something, whatever that happened, and I didn't get into it. Something about a robbery. I swear I don't even know what happened. Who's supposed to have robbed who? I never got into it. I just heard it loosely. But so I haven't vetted this individual shooter. I didn't know that he was a power root before. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying I didn't know that.
Choice but to accept the apology, even though it was made under duress. I hope he stands on that because he know he was wrong. And how he get back to the county jail, and I want to know what happened to this $1 million deal Waukesha got him. Why he back in the county jail? I thought he was living in Vegas or
Keisha.
Calabasas somewhere. What the fuck is going
Yeah,
on with that?
so I remember when he got out the first time. I mean, when he got out this last
He
time,
beefing with
he was
Wack.
saying he still had another case he got on bond.
This is nuts. He beefing with Wack too? This is crazy. Damn. You can't make this shit up. He called Wack Waukesha. Damn. Dogface beefing with Wack 102. Everybody beefing with Wack. I'm not. I'm just saying, we know Wack be having his beefs going on. Here's another one. Damn. Waukesha. Wack caught a stray. It's crazy.
From another case though that he had to deal with. So the last week we've been seeing him say he's gonna have to turn himself in. He talking about he had a going away party artist. So I guess yesterday he finally landed in there. You know what I'm saying? And immediately, I'm talking about immediately, as soon as he got up in there, this is all this transpiring.
Yeah, Rock. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I think. I think this is all internal LA business, bro. I think that you got so many people who representing those different nations and different groups out there.
It is internal. It is internal LA business, which is why I should not have been on the phone, should not have been on the internet. And not only because, that's what happens though. With this technology, everyone's trying to go viral. Everyone's on the internet, putting anything on the internet, even from jail now, from prisons, as we can see. People are putting stuff on the internet. I mean, it is the World Wide Web. Sucking people in. Social media takes another one down. At the end of the day, Baby Shooter, he's going to have a hard time living this down, regardless of what happened. Even if what he's saying is true. I'm going to have to get into this, as I said. I'm going to get into it. But even if what he's saying is true, that hooping and hollering he was doing on the phone, he's going to never be able to lay that down, really. So them exposing that, whomever it was that put that out there, we have audio and can make a visual in our heads about what happened in there. But of course, Ant Hefe has since made videos saying that Baby Shooter is lying. He did not get stabbed. His arm is not broken. And his rib is not fractured. That he should be in medical. He never went to any hospital. How did this happen just a day or two ago and you sitting there on the phone like everything is sweet in another module with your homies now. After you've been stabbed up, ribs fractured, and a broken arm. They're going to have you in medical. You should be in medical. So Ant Hefe is saying that he's exaggerating. But like I said, I'm going to get into all that. But why are the dudes inside of the cell, they really involved Detroit, telling him to apologize to Detroit, or this, that, and that. Why would they be doing that? First of all, why would they do that? They don't even know this dude, T Grizzly. They said his name right here, so I'm going to say his name now too. They don't even know him. So he got a bounty on his head. He's not finna pay them. He don't know these dudes. So I don't even understand why they yelling out his name and telling him to apologize to Detroit. What does Dogface is saying? If Detroit has nothing to do with it, Detroit is out of it, and you want Detroit's name out of it, understandably, then why are these dudes in here yelling for him to apologize to Detroit? Implying that this had something to do with it. This is what they are implying when they make him apologize to Detroit. Moreover, things have certainly changed because that just would not have happened back in my day, if I'm being honest. Some individuals from LA, and they're all Crips from LA, first of all, doing anything because a Crip had something to say or whatever about some individuals in another state. So they don't care. They're riding with the Crip. They're Crips too from LA. We all together. Whatever he said about Detroit, okay, what up? We riding with him. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So the fact that they're in there making him apologize or having him apologize to some dudes from out of state about something he said whatever some months ago on the internet, and they're not getting anything out of this. Well, even if you were, he's a Crip. Even though they're oppositional hoods, they're still all Crips. So that trumps someone from out of state, even these two dudes being opposition. It's like a Hoover in the rolling 60s or something being in a New York prison. They'll be together just because they from LA. It's only two of them on the yard, one from Hoover, one from 60. They gonna be ready. They might be cellies, best friends, because they the only two on the yard from LA. So whatever beef they have back in LA, they gonna leave that there. Right now, we gotta stick together. We the only dudes right here from the state. So I don't know why these dudes would even have him apologize to some dudes from Detroit. They need a DP just for that. Because he's still a Crip. And this Cali, homie, y'all supposed to stick together. What are you talking about? So I don't even know what all of this stuff is weird. It's all pretty weird. You know what, I'm going to leave it right there, man, because they still have a lot to say. And people be saying, as I've said, I'm sorry, that I make videos too long. They said make the videos from 10 to 12 minutes. Stop making 45-minute videos and 50-minute videos and 38-minute videos. Like, all right, you know. Of course, that's not how everyone feels, but someone said in the comments, man, I have ADHD, man. I can't be watching this stuff. I just make the video a little shorter, big bro. I'm like, all right, I understand. Sometimes I see a video and say an hour long, I skip it right by. Like, man, I ain't finna watch this shit for an hour. So maybe I do have to make them a little shorter. So I'm going to have to do a part 2 on this. In other words, I bring it right to you right now, though, part 2. Because he has more to say about Ant Hefe. He has a message to Ant Hefe, an open letter, if you will, to Ant Hefe. I saw a little bit more of this. I didn't see all of it. We just going to have to get into this conversation. We're going to have to get to this conversation today. I need to understand what happened up in there. I just need to understand from my own mind, my own curiosity. Something ain't sitting right. This stuff is weird. It's getting pretty weird. Just for the purposes of authenticity. If you're going to put it on the internet, and it's been put out here on the internet, everything that happened, yes, I'm covering it. I am a content creator, and it is already on the internet. These dudes put it out there. Oh, well. I'm trying not to say certain names. I'm not putting names in my title and all this sort of stuff. Putting no case on nobody or on anyone. I didn't even want to say T Grizzly's name until they said it. I wasn't even going to say his name. I'm just like, I'm not trying to, I've been known to change names and all that. We're going to call him such and such because I'm not trying to put people in stuff. But, I mean, we'll get into it because we'll have to get to the bottom of this. If it's going to be on the internet, then we want to know what really happened. That's all. Don't be feeding us no nonsense. I say us, I'm a part of it. I'm a consumer too. I'm consuming this content as well. I want the truth if I'm going to be listening to this stuff. What happened? Why did it happen? What happened? I don't necessarily need to know why it happened. It ain't none of my business. I don't believe it had anything to do with anybody from Detroit and all of this stuff, which is why, again, I don't even know why they would mention their name. What you're making them apologize for, and why are you apologizing? Bro, die for it. Stand on it and die for it. Dudes ain't gonna kill you. And if they do, oh well. Wait till y'all find out. We all gotta die. Man, you gotta die for something. Die for it, bro. But damn that hooping and hollering. Damn that apologizing to anybody on the phone. It's not happening. It's not ever gonna happen. I don't give a, yes, I understand the situation. I understand 10 dudes are on them. The question is whether they were on them with knives and all of this. Because now, again, they're saying that was by far a gross exaggeration. That never happened. He was not poked at all. Nothing is broken. Nothing is fractured. Essentially, now the word is like they took it light on him, even though it was 10 dudes on him. Or he said 10 dudes, but apparently that was an exaggeration as well. According to Ant Hefe, we're going to have to get in. We're going to understand what happened here. Somebody's lying. Some individuals are saying Ant Hefe is just trying to downplay it and make it seem like his homeboy didn't get his arm broken, his rib fractured, and stabbed up in order to justify not responding, not retaliating. Man, he didn't get done that bad. Because it's like, if they did all this to him, what's your excuse for not responding? They done broke your homeboy arm, stabbed him up, and broke his rib. So some individuals are surmising that Ant Hefe is saying this stuff to minimize what actually happened and thus justify a non-response. Doesn't matter. There's no justification. If I'm banging this stuff, if I'm banging my hood with all of my might, with all of my blood, sweat, and tears, I'm putting on for my turf, and I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not a snitch. I'm not a rat. I'm standing up for my hood. I'm putting us in a good light. Somebody run across me. They ask me for a squabble. They get one. If they want some knife play, they get that too without hesitation. And it's all in the name of my hood. So the individuals run back and say, yeah, so-and-so from such and such. It's in the furtherance of the gang. Man, them dudes ain't no joke. That such and such gang ain't no joke. Them dudes ain't no joke from that gang. So this furthers the gang. It's really in the name of the gang. And if I do all of this and have put my life on the line for this game, time and time again, one way or another, yes, that is what I signed up for, but nevertheless, not everyone holds up to what they signed up for. And if I am, no, I don't want a cookie, but I want you to have my back. I want my game that I've been willing to die for, shed my blood for, have shed blood for, that when someone breaks my arm and breaks my rib and stabs me up for 30 minutes and 10 dudes stomp me out, I want y'all to go do something about that shit. I've been willing to die for y'all for this game. I done shed a lot of blood for y'all. Y'all not gonna do nothing? The hell did I do all of that for then? Hell no. Makes no sense. I can't be from that gang anymore. I'm gonna go get put on Al Qaeda. Put me on. At least I know something happened to me, they gonna ride. They coming with choppers. Damn that. I'm good on y'all. We'll get into it, man. I'll do a part 2, and we're going to have to finish. As y'all can see, I got a lot to say about this. Let me get out of here for now. The video is going too long. See, this is what the dudes is talking about. It's my passion. This is what they're talking about. Okay, let me get to a part 2 with Dogface. He's not done with Ant Hefe and saying what he feels about LA and LA's politics. I'm not here to criticize Dogface. I mean, he's making a lot of sense, that's for sure. A lot of things that he says. I mean, I'm sure he does have an ear to the street, has his hands on the pulse of Los Angeles, California. Common sense will dictate that individuals are sick of the nonsense. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So we'll see what else they have to say in just a minute, man. Let me know what you think so far. We'll get to the bottom of this shooter situation. Just not to be nosy, not to be messy, but we just want to know the truth. When I say we, I mean myself too, because I'm consuming this content. I too am consuming this information. So I just want the right information. I want to know what happened. Did he go on a cell and turn down these fades, and that's why they stumped him out? Did they even stomp him out? Did they stab him? Did they break anything? Again, Ant said no. We heard the phone call where he said, this is what it is. Arm broke, rib fracture, stabbed up. 10 dudes in the cell. This is all being refuted. Can we just get the truth? What happened? If y'all gonna put it out here on the internet, this is what happened. Put it out here and there, hooping and hollering, then what happened inside of the cell? Because again, if it happened the way Shooter said it happened, he didn't do anything wrong. You dudes are in violation. You would be if he was from my hood. Believe that. We coming. If damn what you say, standing on that. I know that to be a fact. I know that for a fact. That's why I represented it the way I did. That's why I said, if I'm going to put myself out here, be willing to give my life for the hood, representing it so hard, then when somebody comes for me like this, man, y'all got to have my back. But I always knew that they did. I seen from a child how these dudes come when you touch one of theirs. And I've seen so many demonstrations of this throughout my life. I mean, it's like I said, it's just something you don't want to do. I don't give a damn what nobody talks about. Not behind those walls either. Especially behind those walls, no. They still playing ball. Yeah, they still playing ball, man. I'm telling you. They gonna press play on you. You put your hands on one up, they gonna press play on you, bro. Press and play, coming for your ass. And if it's not like that, you need to give it up. Stop gang banging. Stop banging that hood. Don't leave you for dead. Let some dudes stomp your face in and don't do nothing about it. Man, hell no. I'm coming after y'all now. It's on with that, it's up with everybody. The dudes that did it in my hood. I'm serious, man, what? Man, nah, man. Anyway, let me stop now. Let me know what you think in the comments. They say, it's that free. That shit is crazy, people.